I've always been an active person, always been quite sporty, played football quite a bit in the past, had quite a lot of injuries as well. I think subconsciously that led me to study strength and conditioning. We're looking at injury prevention. Down the line, and that's how I go into personal training. Having worked in gyms, you meet all sorts of people with all sorts of different types of goals, and for me personally, it's not an aesthetic thing. It's really just improving quality of life on the day-to-day, the way you move, your physical ability to live a good life. I've been fortunate to live with 3 of my grandparents, and I see how important it is to stay mobile, to be able to get up from bed. The simple things which as a young person you take for granted, but really these are essential. That's what motivates me, that's what I train for. Not just for aesthetics or for anything, just to move better really. And to ensure that there's longevity in that as well. I've struggled with porn in the past. It's been a tough journey because it's such a deep, dark, secret sin. There's this thing called congenital insensitivity to pain, CIP, which is a physical condition where it's very rare, but where people don't feel pain. And that may seem like, oh, that's amazing, but that's actually detrimental to their health, because they could have an infection, they could break their bone and they won't even feel anything, and that can become life-threatening. And I think what porn does is the exact same thing in an emotional and spiritual level. You become desensitized to everything around you, and you don't realize that that's killing you, you know? So recently I was traveling from Saudi to Istanbul. It was actually my 25th birthday, so I thought, oh, this is a great time to just reflect on, the past 25 years. Who have I been? Who do I want to become? And it just made me think, I was thinking to my funeral, and what people aren't gonna talk about my bank balance, they're not gonna talk about my qualifications and my achievements, they're gonna be talking about who I am as a person. Being able to reflect of who I've been, I've realized I don't want to be that person who is addicted to porn for years and years and years, taking that into relationships, because that completely messes up the way everything. It distorts the way you view women. It distorts the way you communicate. It basically destroys you from the inside out. I don't want to be that boyfriend who's addicted to porn. I don't want to be that husband who's addicted to porn. I don't want to be that son who's addicted to porn, So at some point I had to make that bold step to just share with people about my struggles, and now I see clearly where I'm going. I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know I'm headed in the right direction, and that's what gives me peace, that's what gives me joy, knowing that I'm finally on the right track. And I look back and see how hard it's been, that gives me strength as well to move forward. So there's a saying to find yourself by yourself, and you have to realize that your journey is your journey. No one's gonna run your race for you. At the end of the day, it's you, and you have to take responsibility. And I looked at my past and saw who I was becoming, and that's why I thought, no, I don't want to keep going down this route. I want to become that man of integrity. I want to be a man, so rich in character that people notice, someone who's trustworthy, someone who's generous, not just financially, but generous with their time, with their emotions, and someone who's, physically just competent with day-to-day movement, someone who enjoys moving, who has a freedom in expressing themselves physically, alongside the emotional and spiritual health.